All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am the Pit Messiah, your host for the Quiet Storm live trading session for July the 21st, 2025. We do have a limited amount of pre-market action to review. And as always, what we're going to do first is review what it is that we actually do first. And then we're going to hop straight into reviewing the trades that we have for possible buy or sell opportunities in the market on a 15-minute pacing. So about every 15 minutes, TradingView is going to review possible buy or sell opportunities to get into the market, and then we'll evaluate each one of those trade opportunities separately and hopefully get some opportunities to hop in and profit. All right, so first things first, we do have a couple of trades to review. It looks like we did hit one take profit, so let's go ahead and get that out of the way. It's going to be WCT USTD for 399 pips. So this is going to be a take profit smash. That's WCD. One second, I'm getting this announced in two Telegram groups real quick. This WCT UST buy for 399 pips. Oops. Pips. I guess it would help if I did this correctly, wouldn't it? Oh, I literally just woke up. I heard the alarm go off and I didn't move at all. And then when the alarm went off for 2 a.m., I was still in the bed. So I flew out of the bed and got on live, and I am here for you guys. All right, so here's the first one. It's going to be our first announcement of the night. And this is a take profit smash. Oops. Let's go ahead and get this off the list. It's going to be win 639 for us. So 639 plus 557, 635 by 6. That's 52.43. All right, so as of right now, and this is since May the 2nd, because I was sick most of the year and did not trade until May 2nd. 639 wins, 557 losses, win rate percentage of 53.43%, and pips won 1,855,158. I use a color-coded system to call trades. This is something you're going to notice during the entire live session. Green trades are major and minor Forex currency pairs. Yellow trades are exotic Forex currency pairs. Blue trades are spot cryptocurrencies. These are cryptocurrencies versus the United States dollar. Red are indices like the US 30, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ 100, the UK 100, and the Japanese Nikkei 225. We trade precious metals, which is gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. We trade US oil and UK oil, and we trade natural gas. The purple trades are perpetual cryptocurrencies. These are cryptocurrencies versus Tether, USDT, and several stocks. And we also trade futures. So as we're going through each trade, I'll announce where it is that we actually call these trades from and where you can find them. If you're looking for the brokers themselves, if you click on the description to this particular video and scroll down, you'll get access to the links to each one of the brokers for the night, Liquid Brokers, and LHFX. When we're looking at individual charts, and in this case, we're looking at the 2-hour chart on WCT USDT, WCT versus Tether. What you're seeing on the chart are a number of squiggly yellow colored lines. These are exponential moving averages. An exponential moving average is a graphical representation of the average of the last number of candles. In this case, the yellow line is the 5 exponential moving average. The red line is the 13 exponential moving average. On any time frame, on any asset, if the yellow line is over the red line, that means that the buyers have control of the market. Conversely, if the red line is over the yellow line, the sellers have control of the market. Notice in this particular case, the yellow line is over the red line. In addition to that, we have 3 other lines. We have aqua, which is the 50 exponential moving average, gray, which is the 200 exponential moving average, and blue, which is the 800 exponential moving average. What you're looking for here is for it to be in a particular order. If it's blue on the top, gray in the middle, and aqua on the bottom, you're in a downtrend on that asset on that time frame. If you have aqua on the top, gray in the middle, and blue on the bottom, you're in an uptrend on that asset on that time frame. Any other combination of those 3 lines is consolidation. So in this particular case, buyers in control of the market, but the pairs in consolidation. So if we had an active trade on this particular opportunity right now, we would not enter the trade. Does look like we hit take profit on one more pair. This is going to be Sonic versus Tether. It's going to be for 1,522 pips. For 1,522. Sonic, SONIC, USDT, 5415. Grab that to announce. It's going to be yet another one. And this is another take profit smash from last week. Sonic USDT for 1,522 pips. We'll get that recorded as well. So we win 640. All right, got that removed. Let's get to our trades. All right, so we have a take profit smashed on Sandusky versus USDT. Looks like this trade was called out at 11 p.m. on Friday. I don't think we caught this particular one, but it did hit take profit. Again, as the trade was opening, we have aqua, gray, blue, an uptrend with buyers in control of the market. It got close to take profit and then took off and hit take profit. Moving on to our next trade, we have Binance Coin. Looks like that trade was called way back on Saturday, July the 19th at 4:45 in the morning. Got a little bit in the stop loss territory and then took off and hit take profit. Again, same setup, aqua gray blue, which is an uptrend with the buyers in control of the market pretty much the entire way to take profit. We have Ton Coin to USDT. That's Ton Coin versus Tether. This time called at 5:45 on Saturday. Same day. Take to the stop loss and then took off and hit take profit. Another win. We have GC1, which is a futures call. Aqua gray blue, which is an uptrend, but it looks like price action reverse, hit stop loss. This trade is now invalidated. This is going to be MGC1, which is the macro version of the same trade we just looked at, is going to follow the exact same pattern that hit stop loss as well. We have ZB1 on the 15-minute, same deal, turned around and hit stop loss on us. We have the same trade on the 30-minute, same schmeal. We have UB1, same. We have Bitcoin Cash. This is on the 15-minute. We have Aqua Blue. This is going to be our first opportunity of the night to enter the market. And buyers in control of the market. This is going to be a buy to 551.6. It's going to be a long position from current price. Change the settings and get in that take profit, 551.6. And voila, we have our trade marked off. So let's go ahead and get the parameters and get this announced. All right. To grab my template for purple trades. Okay. What is this? BCH USDT. It's going to be a 15-minute confirmation market execution buy with a risk to reward ratio of 3.12. The take profit is going to be $551.60. That's going to be for 184 pips. The stop loss is going to be $527.30. And that's going to be for 59 pips. And the entry price is going to be $533.20. And here's your first call of the night. BCH USDT, 15-minute confirmation, market execution buy. Entry price is $533.20. Stop loss is $527.30 for 59 pips. And take profit is $551.60 for 184 pips with a risk to reward ratio of 3.12. This is a crypto perpetual trade, and you will find it on liquid brokers. Let's Go ahead and get this added to our active trade list. And we have yet another trade. This is going to be Polkadot versus the United States dollar. It hit take profit on us. We have aqua gray blue at the time of the trade with buyers in control of the market. It reversed slightly in the stop loss territory and then went straight up to take profit. So with that, we are caught up for the morning. It is now 2:21. Our next opportunity to enter the market will be around 2:30. And TradingView will produce those opportunities and we'll review each trade as they come up. While we have a little bit of a lull in the action, let's go ahead and review news. Let's see where we are. Okay, so it doesn't look like we have any major news today. There does appear to be a double drop of minor news on the Canadian dollar at the opening bell of the New York Stock Exchange at 7:30. Very minor news on the United States dollar at 9 a.m. Really nothing of note until maybe about 8:30 p.m. today, which is news on the Australian dollar, but even that won't really move the market very much. And let's check our futures. We've got positive futures on the US 30, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ 100. So it's going to be opportunities for us to perhaps get some retracement at the opening bell of the New York Stock Exchange and hop into these particular indices. We also have the same action on gold. We have the same thing on the Euro 30. And we have exactly the opposite on UK 100. So we might get an opportunity to enter UK 100 tonight on straight. We'll be looking out for that. Same thing with the Japanese Nikkei 225. Okay. Small amount of negative movement on Tether, but it doesn't seem to be enough to cause any type of sell-off. Bitcoin is approaching 120. I think it was hovering below 117, around 117 when I went to sleep last night. So this rally was recent, in the last few hours or so. It's been a relatively interesting morning. All right, so now we wait. If you don't have any questions, go ahead and drop those in the chat. I can address those in live time. But at the moment, we are waiting for 8:30 in the morning for possible opportunities to enter the market. That's going to be a little less than 5 minutes from now. I do expect it to be a little bit of a slower morning than it was the last 2 weeks on Monday. But we will get some action tonight. Yes, we will. We've got about 30 seconds left to go to the half of the hour. It's basically been a consolidation since July the 10th, with the all-time high snuck in there. Yeah. So it's going to have to break through a lot of support to decline. So it's possible it's caught between this price. All right, so we've got a buy opportunity on the Australian dollar versus the Australian 200, which is the indice. So let's take a look at that. The 30-minute confirmation, we have aqua, gray, blue. Definitely getting into this. This is going to be a buy opportunity to 87.92. Oops. Screwed that up, didn't I? Let me close that and fix this. Buy to 87.92. There we go. It's going to be a long position from current price. We do have a little retracement. This gave us a better entry to 8792. All right. There's going to be a red trade. You're going to find the Australian 200 on both liquid brokers and LHFX. It's going to be a red trade. So let me grab the parameter for that. Okay. It's going to be AUS 200. It's a 15-minute 30-minute confirmation in this case. Market execution buy. The risk reward ratio is going to be 3.06. Take profit is 87.92 even. It's going to be for 95 pips. Stop loss is going to be 8,666 even for 31 pips. And entry price is going to be 86.97 even. And here's going to be your next call of the night. Again, this is the Australian 200. It is an indice. 30-minute confirmation. A market execution buy. Entry price is 8697.00. Stop loss is 8666.00 for 31 pips. Take profit is 8792.00 for 95 pips. And a risk to reward ratio of 3.06. All right, so with that, we've got our next time frame coming up at 2:45 in the morning. Doesn't look like we'll get another opportunity in this particular 15-minute frame, with the exception of futures, which may pop off in about 5 minutes from now. They have a slightly different timing than the other pairs that we call. So 2:45 in the morning, Good time for you to hop up, stretch your legs, grab something to drink or something to eat if you place you like a little snack. And we'll be back at it at 2:45. Don't recall any news on the Australian 200. Looks like we had a little bit of news about an hour ago. Okay, well, that would explain how we got the buy opportunity. I'll take it. I wasn't expecting action on the Australian 200 at all. I was expecting it on the UK 100. Let's take a look at that one. It may give us something, but we need a retracement. We need price to retreat towards the 50 EMA. Right now, it looks like the buyers have solid control of the market on UK 100. Take a look at the US 30. That is some mighty weird price action. So when I get something, there's a reversal candle here. But I would expect an opportunity probably closer to this wick down here for a possible opportunity. A higher low, and then retracing back up into this price action. See, there's some fair value gaps here. So this was going to be kind of tricky. I'll be a little skeptical to take an opportunity on US 30 right now because you got price trapped between two different value gaps. And that's not really something you want to be in. You need clear direction first. That's why I would feel safer at a lower price point if it was still an uptrend and a buy was called, because you're trading up into this area here. Let's get to the NASDAQ 100. Pretty sure we're going to have the same thing. No, this one's a little different. So the price action kind of looks the same. We'd have to break through several levels to get an opportunity into the market. I don't think retesting here would be enough to hop into a buy trade, or that it would call that. Looks like we'd have to break all three of these zones to get down here for an opportunity into the market. So S&P 500. Same schmill. It's going to have to break through multiple levels, probably down here, for an opportunity into the market. Japanese Nikkei 225. Really nasty chart. I don't really understand what's going on here. And that is a massive fair value gap. So price has basically just been hovering. That's not going anywhere right now. See, we got the German 30, which we're in. We got to break through these two fair value gaps for price to take off to take profit. This is a buy for us. I don't think we have to worry about it hitting stop loss because it has lots of support. And it looks like it tried to break through that fair value gap once. It's got to take off for us. It was up here already. We'll get back there at some point. And we have the Euro 50, which we haven't called a trade on in forever. And the reason being is that there's a massive amount of resistance for UK, for the Euro 50 going up. And it's been that way for quite some time. I've already done my homework on this indice to figure out what the hell is going on here, but that's nasty work. And then for us on the Australian 200, all we have to do is break through this one block of resistance, and this is going to take off the take profit. There's nothing stopping it. So that was a solid entry. You don't have to worry about it taking off the tape to stop loss on us because there's so much support. But it does need to break through that zone. All right, so at any rate, we'll keep watching it for now. Got a little under 4 minutes left to go to 245. We'll see if we have any other opportunities to enter the market. But just based off our review just now, we see why things are a little bit choppy. We are very heavy in the profit on our trade on the gold versus the Australian dollar, which we called last week on Friday. You should have already moved your stop loss to entry price for a risk-free trade. We're up quite a ways. So I don't know if we'll get that tonight, but definitely sometime this week we will smash take profit. I messed around and entered the wrong lot size on this. And I was wondering why my trades were going crazy. But I ended up making $51,000 off of this trade. I didn't intend to do that. Where's the bad boy at? Yep, $50,769.97. So I caught it and closed the over leverage because that was going to be too crazy, but I'll take it. So let's get back to Australian 200 as we wait. A little under 2 minutes left to go. I'm finally fully awake right now. I just realized it's a little nippy in here, so let me put on a little something. What's that? All right, a little under a minute left to go. Hopefully we start lighting up with some action here. It is Monday. Generally, you don't really get a lot of action until about 3:15 to 3:45 in the morning. That's when I expect things to really kind of jump off for us. And it was a pretty slow afternoon for cryptocurrency. Most of the major fireworks happened last week with the passage of not one, not two, but three bills through the U.S. Congress. The first time in U.S. history that we've had regulation on cryptocurrency. So certainly, if those bills get signed this week by President Trump, there's going to be some nice fireworks on stable coins and altcoins for the next few weeks, just based off of that being done. It is now 2:45 in the morning. TradingView has already started reviewing trades for us. In the next 2 to 3 minutes, it should be popping out opportunities for us to enter the market on a buy or sell basis. And as always, we'll evaluate each one of those individual opportunities to see if we're going to hop in or not. Generally, about 2 minutes after the 15-minute marker is when you can pretty much call it that nothing's going to be called out. And if that's the case, then we'll wait until 3 o'clock in the morning, the top of the hour, to see if we get more opportunities to get in the market. Let's check on the US dollar while this is going. And we also need to check on the US dollar versus Tether as well. And we've got a downtrend on the US dollar. That's definitely going to drop. See, we've got some fair value gaps here. Yikes, that is a lot of support. I definitely don't see the dollar weakening, but there's a little area of resistance here. So we might get a rally on the US dollar this week. We'll see how that works itself out. Oh, never mind. Long term is a downtrend, so that's going to drop. Okay, so we're going to have a long-term decline of the US dollar. That means that Tether is going to get stronger, which means we could be entering a crypto market sell-off. That I did not anticipate. So it looks like the last time this happened was way back on July the 4th. And we did have a sell-off of the market the next day when the markets opened on July 5th, because U.S. markets were closed that day. So it's possible we might get a deeper retracement of price. Okay, so that's going to be interesting to see. Just a couple of minutes past the quarter of the hour. Does not look like we're going to get opportunities at the 2:45 mark to hit the market. So we'll be looking for new opportunities at 3 a.m. in the morning, about 12 minutes from now. All right, so what I'm doing right now is I'm looking at price action on the daily for the major cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Solana, possibly Cardano. And what I'm seeing is a lot of stable uh, support, but we're evaluating the US dollar and the US dollar versus Tether that we saw earlier with a possible major sell-off of Tether because of the strengthening of the United States dollar. We may get some major sell-offs. So kind of marking off the area on the daily where price may fall to, because if we do get that sell-off, we may get some nice meaty opportunities to profit on the sell-off of these assets. We should know this by maybe Wednesday of this week. That I'd rather have the charts already marked off for that. 159.40. That's right. I mean, these are sizable drops. Cardano, ADA. It's not bad either. 6866. Think of something else that might move. So we got Bitcoin, we got Ethereum, we have Ripple, we have Solana, we have Cardano. I think that might be it to really look at, to be honest. Those five are going to be telling enough. Most of the other coins in the market are kind of correlated with those five. A little mental math as I'm looking at these different coins. Yeah, I don't think we need to really review any others except for those. Yeah, those will do it. And let's get back to the Australian 200. You know what? This leads me to think, is there any major news this week at all? And there is. So, nothing today. On Tuesday, we get comments from the governor of the Bank of England. That's going to be right after we end the live. So we may get consolidation on Great British pound pairs for the entire live session tomorrow. We got comments by the governor of the Royal Bank of Australia before the live. So we may have action on Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar going into the session on Wednesday, which is great because we have gold versus Australian dollar. So that might push us to take profit. Thursday is going to be very interesting for us. Holy crap. That's a lot of major news. And most of it's during our live session. So, okay. Not bad. I mean, I hate that all the news is on Thursday, but It definitely won't be a boring week, I'll tell you that. All right, 257, almost 258, about 2 minutes left to the top of the hour. We'll see if we get some other opportunities ahead of the market. We'll get a chance to take a look at 5 of the major coins. After we reviewed the DXY, which is the U.S. currency index, and also the United States dollar versus tether, kind of get some indication that the dollar may rally this week on the passage of those cryptocurrency bills, and also a possible signature by the President of the United States, Donald Trump, which might trigger a short-term sell-off of the cryptocurrency market. And honestly, that would make sense. There's been a lot of FOMO in the crypto market in anticipation of these bills being signed. Now that they have been signed, a lot of the rally in the short term is the pricing in of that happening. So I guess now you would be thinking the longer it takes for President Trump to actually sign the bill or sign the bills, the more uncertainty enters the market, the higher the probability that price will retrace a little bit. Besides, those coins aren't really worth it that high right now. I think it's kind of a little bit of a false sense of price. Because to be quite honest, Bitcoin should probably be somewhere around 115,000 instead of hovering near 120 right now. All right, about to be at the top of the hour. Hopefully we get some action. We'll see. And it's going to take about 2 minutes for TradingView to review all the assets that we do have. And it's looking at the 15-minute, the 30-minute, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and the daily time frames. All right, we have entered positive action on the Australian 200, so we are in profit now on that trade that we called out about 15 minutes ago. About 20 seconds left to go to 2 minutes after the hour. It does not look like we're going to get action at 3 a.m. Our next time frame to enter the market will be around 3:15. It's under 13 minutes from now. We'll see whether or not we get other opportunities to enter the market on a buy or sell basis at that point. So if that's the case, we'll go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin. Do have a little bit of a lower high right now. I don't know if that's going to dump off or not. That's just a lot of support. We'd have to break through a lot to decline in price. And that's very weak resistance. It could take off on us. Never mind. Look at that. Bitcoin isn't going anywhere right now. This is going to keep hovering on us. I feel sorry for anyone that has FOMO and decides they want to hop in it just because. I mean, here's the Asian range from today. It's likely to fall back somewhere between these two lines. And we already marked that off on the daily. It's like a matter of when, not if. That's a lot of pips. I really want that one. All right, about 10 minutes left to go to 3:15. In the meantime, we wait. Okay. So I'm looking at fair value gaps above current price on indices. Really trying to figure out why it is that these indices have not moved to take profit. Some of these we've been in for quite some time. And what I'm saying is, at least on non-US markets, there seems to be a significant amount of resistance above current price. And that's why we have not yet take profit on these long trades. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen, because indices are designed to go up, mostly because they only contain the highest performing companies in each one of the markets across their sectors. So I think it's just a matter of time before we can take profit here. Spanish 35, same thing. Australian 200. We're almost above this one. So we can break through the top of this and blast through this. We're going to hit take profit. Some monster candles rejected off of this buy zone here. That was enough to catapult it. Just need to get through this zone. We'll get there. All right. 3:12 in the morning, so a little less than 3 minutes left to go to the quarter of the hour. We'll hit the meat of our session, which is 3:15 in the morning to 3:45 in the morning. And hopefully things pick up here for us this morning. We have two signals that we've called so far, including a buy call on Australian 200. Both the trades are in profits. Even with limited action, we're making some money tonight. I'll take it. What, 3:14, a little less than a minute left to go. Let's see what we end up getting here. Again, it's a lot of assets for TradingView to review, somewhere around 417 assets, I think. It's going to review all these assets in the 15-minute, the 30-minute, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and the daily time frame, and then spit out possible opportunities in the market on a buy or sell basis. We will evaluate each one of those trades individually to see whether or not we're going to enter the market. Thus far, we have 2 active trades. That's it. So We'll see what we get. All right, it's now 3:15. It's going to take about 2 minutes for TradingView to get through all of these different assets on all of these different time frames. We'll see whether we get something. There is a 10-minute stagger between the rest of the market and opportunities on futures. So around 3:25 a.m., we may get a couple of future signals as well. If that's not the case, we're heading smack towards the middle of the hour at 3:30 in the morning with another 30 minutes left to go on the live. And if we don't have any opportunities by 4 a.m., we will call it a night and re-up at 2 a.m. in the morning on tomorrow, July the 22nd. Again, I am the Pit Messiah, your host for the Quiet Storm live trading session for July the 21st, 2025. If you have found value in life and you like the content, please subscribe to the channel, like the video. That helps with the engagement. It makes it easier for people to find the channel. And also subscribe so you can keep abreast of when I do go live in the market. It's not always at 2 a.m. Every now and again, if it's something meaty, I'll throw a surprise and go live just to throw out something. Normally that's some type of big move in the crypto market or something on the indices where I really want to kind of share the trade. If you are interested in keeping abreast of everything 24/7, which is high call signals, then if you click on my profile, look for the link to Project Genesis under Telegram, and you can join the group there. It is free. I will go ahead and drop the link to that in the chat as well so that you have it. You click that and you're on a phone, it's going to make you download Telegram, which is an app. It's free of charge. It does have two-factor authentication to protect your information. Enter in your phone number, and it keeps people from getting access to your groups that you're in. And if you do that on a desktop, on a laptop, or on a tablet, it is also two-factor authentication. It's just a different process. And what that's going to do is give you access to Project Genesis, my private trading group. Again, it's free of charge. It's not behind any type of gated wall. And you're going to get access to all the signals that I call 24/7, not just the ones that I call during the live session, which is only a 2-hour period. I do share news in there as well. Sometimes we joke around a lot. It's a really fun group. We've been together since 2015. So hope you'll join us. In the meantime, we have more waiting, a little less than 7 minutes to 3, well, not 7 minutes, 12 minutes to 3:30 in the morning. We'll see whether or not we get some more opportunities in that market. I'm trying really hard not to yawn in you guys' ears because I am a little sleepy. I messed around and agreed to let my friend drag me to Austin with her earlier today. She's very loud and very boisterous, and I'm a very quiet dude most of the time. So that just took a lot out of me, being trapped in a car with her for 5 hours of driving. It was bad. think I cracked open the PlayStation 5 for about 30 minutes and very quickly realized that I didn't want any sort of outside stimulus at all. So I hydrated up and went to sleep and slept like a brick. That's why I was late to the live tonight. Okay. A little under 10 minutes left to go. Does appear we got a little bit more traction on the buy on Australian 200. Almost through this area of resistance. So if we break through that, this trade is going to move very quickly to take profit. I don't know if there's enough time on the live left for us to actually see that happen, but this thing is about to take off for us. Oh God, yawning is contagious, and I keep doing it. My eyes are watering and everything, so I can't wait to get back into bed. I'm gonna snore and call every part of the hog while I'm doing it. In case you've been coming to the lives for a while, you guys have noticed a little few improvements in the stream. I switched from using Zoom to StreamYard as my streaming solution. I still haven't got the pro version yet, so I'm still using a few versions, but I definitely plan on upgrading. When I do, I will be multicasting to multiple different platforms. So what you'll see is you'll see the live on YouTube. We'll also be broadcasting live to Twitch, to LinkedIn, possibly to Facebook. I need to check to see if we're approved there yet. To Twitter, to Instagram, and to Kick. And right now I am working on getting us hooked up at Amazon Live and also the Apple TV. I was streaming there before, back before I got sick last year. Massive change. For those of you that don't know the backstory, I had a massive heart attack and a stroke and quadruple bypass surgery last August. So it took me out of commission from trading for about 10 months. That's why I didn't get started this year until May the 2nd. We're off into the races. We've done quite well. To only be trading for a little less than 2 months and already be up almost 2 million pips. That's pretty crazy work. So you can only imagine what the year would have been like were I able to actually physically trade the entire year. Not upset at it. I made what? About 107,000 in the last 2 months. Thereabouts. But this time last year, I was close to 420 something thousand up already. And then boom. Because God decided I need to sit my ass down somewhere. So that is exactly what happened. A lot of needles, and a lot of doctors. Probably a much needed reset for my life. All right, so 3:25, about 5 minutes left to go to the middle of the hour. We'll see where we end up in terms of opportunities to enter the market on a buy or sell basis. 4 minutes left to go. Two minutes. One minute left to go. Right, it's about 3:30 in the morning, a half of the hour. It's going to take about 2 minutes for Trading View to go through all of these different assets. We'll see what we end up getting. It does seem like it's going to be a little bit of a quiet morning for us. Almost at the 2 minute mark. Looks like it's going to be quiet at 3:30. So next opportunity in the market will be at 3:45 in the morning. It's going to be a little over 13 minutes from now. It could get some opportunities on futures. Has a 10-minute delay from regular pairs, so we'll know that around 3:40-ish. Other than that, we wait a little bit longer. So that weird little zone on Bitcoin. There's a reason why price is not moving right now. It's hard to see on a lower time frame, but if you go up in time frame, you will see on the 1 hour price is hovering between two different fair value gaps. And that's why Bitcoin is not taking off this morning. That is a lot of resistance. And that's a lot of support. So if you're actively trading Bitcoin, don't get FOMO. Just wait. Prices are going outside the zone for quite some time. Mind you, we marked off that horizontal line on the daily, and it just happens to perfectly align with the bottom of the Asian zone from yesterday. So that's where I expect price to decline to over the course of this week. Just under $117,600 before recovering price. Just for shits and giggles, we did mark off the same sort of analysis on Ethereum, Ripple, Cardano, and Solana and found the same thing. It's going to be short-term weakness in the DXY, which is the US dollar currency index. If the dollar weakens, then Tether will grow in strength. If Tether grows in strength, there will be a sell-off of crypto perpetual pairs, which includes Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Cardano, and Solana, which will take most of the altcoin market along with it, at least in the short term. All right, about 7.5 minutes left to go. A little under 3 minutes till futures may pop off at 3:40. Six minutes left to go. Six minutes left to go. We're beginning to see some weakness in Bitcoin, which is exactly what we were talking about earlier. Price is falling off. Might rest around and get the sell off to 117,600 today. About 4 minutes left to go. All right, so price is now below the 13 EMA. Looks like we've got a little bit of free fall. So possible fall to 118,400 to test the 50 EMA. We'll definitely know for certain in about 3 minutes. We'll get a new 15-minute candle what this bad boy is going to do. Mm-hmm. So under 2 minutes left to go. All right. About 30 seconds left to go to the quarter of the hour, 3:45 a.m. We'll see whether or not we get some other opportunities in the market. Again, what's going to happen? TradeView will review all the assets we do trade on the 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily time frames. Then spit out basically opportunities to enter the market on buy side basis. We will review each one of those trade opportunities separately and see if they're valid or not, and hopefully get into the market for some more profit. All right, so the 15-minute candle on Bitcoin, we have a little bit of retracement to the buy side. I don't expect that to hold. And nada for 3:45 in the morning, about 5 minutes, about 4 minutes rather. We'll find out if we have anything for futures. That not being the case, we have 4 o'clock in the morning, the top of the hour. We don't have anything at that point. We'll call the live for the night. We'll see one another again. 2 a.m., the opening bell of the London Stock Exchange on July the 22nd, 2025. I am the Pit Messiah, your host for the Quiet Storm live trading session for July 21st, 2025. If you have found value in the live, I do encourage you to subscribe to the channel, to drop a like to help with the engagement on YouTube, and certainly to turn on those notifications to keep abreast of when I do go live in the market. I certainly appreciate your support. It is a little bit of a, well, not a little bit, it is definitely a sacrifice to have the discipline to be up at the top of the morning to profit consistently. So I'm grateful that you're rocking with me tonight. Market's always right, so I do apologize that it's so slow, but it's what happens. There is a metric ton of major news coming out on Thursday. So it's part of the reason why the market is so slow right now. And it's looking like we're going to get continued sell-off on Bitcoin. That retracement that we had to the buy side has completely reversed itself. $348. About 13 minutes left to go. About 12 minutes rather. About 11 minutes left to go to the top of the hour. Oh boy. About 10 minutes left to go. Very grateful for that because I am struggling to stay awake. That Austin trip took a lot out of me. A little over 9 minutes left to go. Oh, oh, I think I somehow hurt my neck a couple of days ago. It's been giving me the blues ever since then. Don't know exactly how I did it. Probably because I was sleeping funny. Yikes, it hurts. There goes the free fall of Bitcoin that I was talking about. Nice movement on a fall to 118,400. Okay, we may not get the entire move we're looking for on the live, but again, we already marked this off on a daily, falling to 117,600. And at that point, might end up getting a buy opportunity on Bitcoin to enter the market for some serious pimpage. All right, just under 6 minutes left to go to the top of the hour. Quiet morning. Got a buy on Bitcoin Classic. We got a buy on Australian 200. That's it. think I'm probably going to sleep in today. I need to let my neck heal. Don't know what's going on with that. If it doesn't improve by late morning, I'll just head to the chiropractor, get an adjustment. This is way too much pain to want to deal with on a continual basis. Can barely turn my head to the right now. About 3 minutes left to go to the top of the hour. Cool thing about 4 a.m. it is a point of confluence. So it is a 15-minute candle, a 30-minute candle, a 1 hour candle, a 2 hour candle, a 4 hour candle, and a daily candle, all at the same time. So we'll see. There's some Forex exotic pairs that line up exactly at 4 a.m. of the daily. And then all non-European pairs line up with the 4 hour time frame for Forex currency. Well, less than 2 minutes left to go. One minute. All right, it's now 4 o'clock in the morning. We'll wait till about 4:02 to see if there's any opportunities to enter the market. Not, we'll give it a call at that point. To be honest, I don't anticipate anything in the next minute. In which case, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Always a pleasure. A good part, 30 seconds left to go. It does not appear like we're going to get anything for 4 o'clock. All right, so that's it for us for tonight. So to go ahead and turn on the notification for the video for July the 22nd, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Cheers.